Alright guys, welcome back to the farm this morning. I don't know if you can see the vapors coming out of my mouth, but it's a little bit cool. And what I did is I decided to go ahead and knock out one more project before I really get going on this truck good. Because I'm going to have my shop filled up for a while, and I'm going to need to do this before my shop's filled up. So I spent the morning cleaning up in the shop. Got most of the leaves up. Got everything kind of moved out of my way over here in this side area. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to replace the brake seal on that New Holland 3930 that I've been putting off for 2 or 3 years. I actually tried to do it one day and I couldn't really get the seal out, and I was afraid that I had to take the axle off to change that seal. So I just put everything back. But after talking to a fellow YouTuber, Ryan, can't remember your last name, Ryan, but I also looked on Messick's, the parts diagram of Messick's, and it shows that seal just goes around the shaft. And so I know I can replace the seal. Later I'm going to have to replace the brakes on that side. They're very, very weak. It's the left side. We use the left brakes a lot. So first thing I've got to do is hopefully get the tractor to crank. It was 24 this morning. It's probably 30 right now. So hopefully we'll have another start like the other day when I started at 30. I did heat the shop up a little bit, but it's getting kind of cool back in here. So probably run the heater a little bit. I'm going to try to show you everything you need to do to get the seal replaced. So stay tuned, and we'll get the tractor in here for the crank and we'll get started. Alright guys, so here is the left side rear brake seal where it goes into the rod there. And I think this right here was what was messing me up. I got to figure out how to get that down to be able to get that seal out, because that rod is connected inside the axle. So I know that's got to come off some way or another. Now here's the seal I'm using. It's a 94 New Holland 3930 part number right there. The seal is this. You can tell this part here is just metal with rubber coating. Right here is where it attaches to the rod. It goes inside the axle housing, and so I think we can just pull this out. But in order to do it, we've got to remove this metal piece right here. This has got to slide down. So I'm hoping it's a snap ring or some sort holding that on, because if not, we're done. So the tire is going to be partially obstructing our view. There is I got to get a pan to catch this oil because it is dripping and it's going to run out when I take this seal out. Alright, so I got some paper towels. I'm just going to wipe this around. And hear a train whistle blowing, that means it's going to rain. And I have yet to figure out what's holding that on there. On the other side, it can slide. No, it can't. It's on a groove. It's like it gets thicker right there. Alright, we have a pair of pliers here. I don't know if these needle noses are strong enough. Okay. Well, to be honest with you, it looks like it's just a thin piece of metal that can be broken. If I can get my pliers to work. Break that right off. I don't think that's it's got, I don't know if y'all can see, got little teeth on it. And now we can move that out of our way. and we're ready to get started. All right, guys, well, to make it easier to get to, I went ahead and removed the footboards, and now I can get easy access to everything from the top. I ain't got to be laying on my back with junk getting in my face. So next is, I hadn't got this pin out yet, and I hope you got enough light to see. Of course, you ain't gonna have no light when I block it, but I can't really. It's gonna be almost impossible to keep light on it. All right, this little old card pick key right here. I could feel it, but I couldn't really see. I still can't really see how it's aligned in there. I need a screwdriver. What in the hell? Man, that thing just broke right off. It's still in there. There it comes. Yeah, should be able to get that pin out right there. And we should be able to get this off. Now, the whole thing needs, maybe a nut on the bottom that's got to come off too. I don't know, just looking at it, I don't know if y'all can tell. This is round. There's got to be something holding this thing on. Unless it's all connected up in here somewhere. It looks like a double nut situation there. Get that one loosened up. I think that's just one piece right there, and then you got a lock nut holds it on. This is kind of rough on my back, but I'm get her done. And this is where you adjust your brakes. All right. Can you see that? This is like a nut bushing that goes up through here, and then that screws onto the rod. The rod sticks through the end of it. Now we just like to get one more out. It should come off pretty easy. If you've got a bearing, a seal puller, probably make this job a lot easier. But I'm just going to try to tap a screwdriver in here. I really need to get on my knees, but this stuff is filthy. Oh, but my knees don't like this concrete. So right around here is the face of the seal. We don't want to damage the face of the axle, but I think we can, once we start breaking it free around it, it should just pop out. Look at it right there. We get these goddamn wires out of my way. Now this here, I'm not sure about. I don't think that's nothing to worry with. Oh yeah, we got old slider new seal on. And try to get it up in that damn hole. what you call it? Got a lip right here. It's got to go. That's got to go up in that bigger rod. And see this. This thing's got to slide on up in there. Gotta go way on up in there, really. You have to figure out how best to get it up on the upper shaft there. There we go. I ain't sure that's right, but I'm pretty sure. Here's the issue we got. This fucking seal does not want to go on. At all. It's almost like it hydraulic forces of the oil right there is keeping it pushed out. Now, we lost a little bit of oil, but no, wasn't as bad as I thought. So the only thing really keeping that seal sealed is that damn spring around that shaft. And I bet we've lost that spring on that old one. And hopefully this one will seal. I won't know till I get it all cleaned up. Make sure I got it all the way up against it good. So it's just a compression fit up in that housing, and then that spring holds tension on the shaft. And now it's just a matter of putting it all back together. So we'll get it all back together and see how it looks and if it's still working. Alright guys, got everything back together now, and the seal appears to be holding. I did not have enough fluid to fill it up to the stick level, so I put more than I took out in there, but I'm sure it was already low. I think I put about 2.5 gallons, so I'm gonna have to get some more hydraulic fluid and put in and fill it on up, and then we'll see. So anyway guys, hope you enjoyed the video and wasn't really planning on doing this today, but I'm glad I went ahead and got it out of the way. It's been aggravating me now for 2 or 3 years. I've had this seal, I can't remember. I've been waiting and waiting and waiting. So I think what I'm going to end up having to do is probably adjust the brakes a little bit. It looks like it's a fairly simple job to push well, actually it pulls the rod out. So take up a little slack in there. I tried to get it back about where it was. So if it's still a little weak, I'm gonna take some slack out and see if that helps it. And other than that, it's a job done. So thanks for watching, and please rate, comment, subscribe if you haven't.